Hi, my name is Aranveer Kaur. My student ID is AAP3101, and me and my group members have prepared an assignment on HI 5002 for its for business. My group members' name and their student IDs are Neetu Rani GSL 3009, Megha Rana YEG 2002, and Monica Bajaj BIC 3343. To talk about the purpose of the group assignment. So, we did a study on the Australian Stock Exchange. We have briefly provided the knowledge about activities related to the ASX. Group assignment has covered research and fact findings on the Australian market. We compared the key financial institutions in Australia, and these are four. So, also, we have discussed about the capital budgeting, capital structure, working capital management. We did a fact finding of Australian financial market regulation and also on the listing on ASX. We have provided advantages and disadvantages of a company getting through listing of ASX. We did a fact finding of requirements on financial advisory service registration in Australia and the risk analysis and project evolution. We calculated the profitability and NPV, and at last we have given the conclusion. Now I will introduce you with the assignment. So as we all know, and I have discussed and mentioned earlier also, that the purpose of the assignment is to study the Australian Stock Exchange and to provide the knowledge about activities related to ASX. At the current stage, there are in total 2,185 stocks registered with the Australian Stock Exchange, and top stocks are deciding factors in deciding the value of ASX according to market capitalization. In order to list the organization in the ASX, there are many stages and processes through which organization has to go. So now I will compare the four key financial institutions. So first of all, I'll discuss about the commercial banks. So commercial banks are the banks which accept deposits and grant loans to the peoples and also to the businesses. So it deals with the business basically. They provide financial support to the business. The funds which are available through public savings are used to provide loans to the businesses. Products offered by the commercial banks are such as to provide profit or help business expand. Here market sector is retail. For example, I have taken Australian and New Zealand banking group for example of commercial bank. So the code is ANZ. ANZ was listed in the year 1969 and the market capitalization is $56.07 billion. And the CEO of ANZ is Shane Elliott. Now we'll talk about insurance companies. So it is very clear by the name that it provides insurance. It provides insurance to the individuals and also to the businesses. So insurance package depends upon the requirement of the party and amount they are willing to pay. For example, Insurance Australia Group. Its code is IAG and it was listed in year 2000. Current market capitalization is $12.48 billion and the CEO is Elizabeth Bryan and Peter Harmer. Now let's move on further with the topic investment banks. So, uh, exactly, investment banks handle the investment transactions, financial investment transactions. For example, they maintain the transparency. So, investment banks act as a link between the public or private businesses and the potential investors. Role of investment bank is to provide security for such complex transactions. For example, I have taken Westpac Banking Corporation for the explanation. So its code is WBC and it was listed in year 1970. And right now its current capital market capitalization is $55.01 billion. And the CEO is Peter Francis King John and McFarlane. Now let's move on further with the investment funds. So these deals with the buying and selling of securities and stocks. Under this, the capital invested by various investors is utilized to purchase stocks and also securities. Here the ownership of each stock or security purchased will remain with the investors only. For example, I have taken Account Capital Investment Fund Limited and its code is ACQ and it was listed in year 2014 and market capitalization is $49.89 million and the CEO is Robert Rotley. Now Neetu will continue with the further explanation of the assignment. Thank you.
My name is Neetu. Today I would like to tell you about analysis on three financial management part. First is capital budgeting, second is capital structure, third is work capital management. Capital budgeting is the process of evaluation done by business to decide which proposed fixed asset is worth to be purchased and which is to be declined. Fixed asset can be a new plant, new machinery, new building, or research work at extra. To do such purchase, the company uses the cash generated through capitalization, such as debt, equity, or retained earnings. Recent events of capital budgeting is seen in global oil and gas companies such as Marathon Oil Corporation is Texas, USA based firm that has decreased its capital expenditure by 21%, that is from 240 crore to 190 crore. Next is capital structure. Capital structure deals with how the company's assets are financed, or in other words, proportion of operating money or capital assets generated through debt to proportion generated through equity. Now in capital structure, different firms has different approach. Firms having high debt to equity ratio involves more risk, and capital structure in this case is called aggressive structure. And on the other hand, if the firm has low debt to equity ratio, then it involves relatively less risk, and the structure is called conservative structure. And this is work capital management. In order to have maximum working efficiency, firms need to properly manage and engage its assets and liabilities. Work capital involves a management of companies' short-term assets and liabilities. To achieve this perfect balance, firm need or manage its concern. If there is a lack of liquidity, then it might put a firm in situation where it might need to sell off its assets, reorganization, or even severe restricting, which might lead to liquidation of firm. On the other hand, too much cash or liquidity may lead to least effective use of its resources. Working capital management 2020.
Thank you, Arun and Neetu. Now I'm here to present my second part of group assignment. So first, I would like to talk about the fact finding of Australian financial market regulations. So the company need to be registered themselves with the ASX. So there are some advantages and disadvantages of listing on AXS. So the advantages of listing in AXS are first is capital generations, diversifies profit, increase in awareness, and increase in creditability. Now, I would like to talk about the disadvantages of getting listed on AXS. So, there are some disadvantages. Those are the time and expense involves. There is a more consumption of time and expenses for listing on AXS, less degree of control. The market risks are also high through getting listed in AXS. The high cost of complaining for smaller firms are very increase day by days. Now I would like to focus on the requirement of an organization has to meet before getting listed on AXS. In order to get listed on AXS, there are certain set of the rules and regulations that are the uh, organization must be fulfilled and comply before getting listed to the AXS. Organization that wishes to get approval for getting listed on AXS must fill under three categories. The first one is the forest exams, debt issues, and the general admissions. They do show that the organization must satisfy a minimum admission criteria, including the size, structure, and number of the shareholders and free floating conditions. So these are the table of the criteria which we have to follow to get listed in the AXS system. Now I would like to talk about the process involves that we have to pay the fees to get through AX listed. So the company that applies for the listing needs to pay an initial fees at the time of the listing and the annual fees while the company remains listed. Fees which are to be charged from the firms applied for the listing and calculated on the quoted securities values. Also, the company has to pay in case of rises additional capital after the listed as the IPO. Now, I would like to talk about some fact finding of the requirements on the Financial Advisory Service Administration in Australia. So, first, there are some ASIC Financial Advertise Register, and it is a register contain the records of all the financial advisories engaged in providing the services, personal advices to the customers, to the complaints and financial products. It should be registered contain the information about the financial advisors with the detail of the valid license required for the same purpose and individuals. A financial advisor register contains the following information like the name, qualification and training, history of the work, financial product the particular advisor can advise, and so on. The company should be relevant financial product for the financial advisor. There are given below, like they have to show the deposit and payment products, government stocks, debentures, bonds, foreign exchange contracts, life insurance products, margin lended facilities, carbon credits, securities, superannuation, and miscellaneous financial um, facilities. So this is the end of my presentation. Now I would like to join Monica for the further group presentation. Thank you for listening.
Hi, good evening everyone. My name is Monica Bajaj, and first of all I would like to thanks Arun, Neetu and Mega for explaining their part in such a beautiful way and giving me a chance to present my part of assignment. My part of assignment is part 3 and conclusion. So the analysis of the numerical is the summary of NPV and the deviation from original NPV. A 10% reduction in sale, reduction in price, variable cost increases and 10% increase in fixed cost. So the original scenario tells the original sale, original price, original variable cost and the original fixed cost, and based on this the profitability and NPV is calculated. After that, 4 sensitivity analyses are conducted. First, unit sale worksheet reduced by 10% tells that 10% reduction in sale, original price, original variable cost and the original fixed cost, and the based on it profitability and sensitivity PVT NPV is calculated. Second, price per unit reduced by 10% tell that the original sale 10% reduction in price, original variable cost and original fixed cost, and the based on this profitability and NPV is calculated. In third part, variable cost per unit increases tells that the original sale, original price, 10% increase in variable cost and the original fixed cost, and based on this the profitability and NPV is calculated. In the fourth part, fixed cost per unit increases tell that the original sale, original price and original variable cost and 10% increase in fixed cost, and the based on which profitability and NPV is calculated. Moving toward results, we can say that original scenario provides more NPV as compared to sensitivity analysis option. So at the end it can be concluded that the commercial banks are the banks that will deal with the business. They provide financial support to businesses. The funds which are available through public savings are used to provide loans to the businesses. Products offered by commercial banks are such as to provide profit or help business expand. Here the market sector in the retail and commercial banking. Insurance companies provide insurance to individual and the businesses. These banks operates in market targeting individual and business insurance. The investment banks, complex financial transactions are what the investment bank handle. It operates in sectors of investment. Capital budgeting is the process of evaluating done by the business to decide which proceeds fixed assets is worth to be purchased and which is to be declined. Fixed assets can be new plants, new machinery, new building or equipment for research, work, etc. Capital structure deals with how the company assets are financed, or in the other words, proportion of operating money or capital assets. generated through debt to the proportion generated through equity. In order to have maximum working efficiency, firms need to properly manage and engage its assets and liability. Work capital involves the management of companies' short-term assets and liabilities. The major advantage of getting listed on ASX are that listed firms can generate large capital by going public. In order to raise appropriate capital, company can sell its shares and then use the investment for expansion and research and development. Thank you so much.